everyone, good afternoon. I almost said good morning there, but it is just the afternoon. So yeah, welcome to Saturday afternoon and welcome to Quack Yarn. My name is Fiona and I run Quack Yarn from my home here in York. I'm originally from Scotland and you'll see a lot of the inspiration from the places that I've lived in the yarn that I dye. Often a lot of my ranges are based on places that I've lived. So what do you need to know about me? Well, I dye from my home in York and I tend to dye to order mostly rather than doing big batches and selling from what I have in stock. I tend to hello, I've got people joining and saying hello there, so it's really good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. So I tend to dye to order from all of the colourways that I have available, and by doing that it means I can offer you more than I would be able to if I had to have everything in stock and store it all at the same time. So I always say there is more in my shop, which is based on Etsy, and there's more in my Etsy shop available to order than I have to actually show you here, because you can order pretty much any colourway that I have a recipe for, which is great, and it's really fun for me as well. Recently I got to dye up a pair of colourways that I hadn't dyed in almost a year for a customer who wanted them, so that makes things really fun and varied for me, and hopefully gives you more choice. When you look at my shop, you're able to order more than just the most recent colourways that I've done. So please do have a look at my shop, as well as just the ones that I'm showing you now. I'll just show you my social media handles and shop link. I used to put this on the wall behind me for these lives, but then I realised it comes up so small, basically no one can read it. So my shop is based on Etsy. It's etsy.com/shop/quackyarn. There's also a link to that in my Instagram bio. I'm at quack.yarn, and I'm also Quack Yarn on Facebook. And there's a link to my shop there too, wherever that appears on Facebook pages these days. It's on there somewhere. I don't know where. I guess it depends if you look on an app or on a desktop or whatever. So please do go and have a look at that. And there's also a link on my social media to sign up for my newsletter. I've got quite a small mailing list at the moment. Not many people have signed up, so I'm really trying to build that up so that I can communicate with you more off social media in case anything, in case anything goes wrong there, and just so that I can have better communication with my customers. If you sign up for the newsletter, you will receive a code for 10% off in my shop as well. So there is something in it for you, as well as getting information from me. There's a link to sign up for the newsletter in my Instagram bio, and there's also a link on Facebook too. So I'll start with what is new today. Let's see, what shall I do first? This is my Yorkshire Yarn Fest themed colourway for today. There we go. That grid wall is not anchored to the wall, so I'm being extra careful lifting things off it. We were given the theme Kushlig, which I think is the wrong way to pronounce it, but it's my best attempt, so I do apologise to all speakers of the Norwegian language for my inability to pronounce the word. It was given to me. I didn't choose it. I wouldn't normally choose words I can't pronounce in other people's languages for colourway names. But we were given this theme, and it's a Norwegian concept of basically coziness, togetherness, warmth, and being with other people, especially during the cold winters. And so I really like this concept, and I particularly grabbed onto the idea of the really cold winter outside, and the warmth, and a roaring fire, and all the light coming from inside. And I actually came up with a group of 3 colourways to put together. I'll see if I can grab the other 2 for you without knocking the grid wall over. There we go. I've just grabbed the mini skeins from the front. So these ones are available in a 100-gram skein or a mini. This one I've called Glow. It's a rich orange colour. And this one is a combination of light and dark blues and greens, and I've called it Northern Lights, inspired by the dark winter, the ice and the snow, and of course the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, that's often visible in Norway and the surrounding region during the winter. So I had these two colours, and then for Kushlig, I combined them in one skein. So this, you don't have to use it for socks, but if you do, I'm hoping it might give a microstripe effect. I've not been able to test that so far. This week has not gone as planned for me, but what I'll do is I'll undo the skein and show you what I mean. So half of the skein approximately is glow and half is Northern Lights. So depending on your gauge and needle size and pattern, etc., that will hopefully on socks give our microstripe effect. So that's my themed colourway for today. Just let me check the time because I've forgotten to start my timer, and excellent. I don't want to encroach on anyone else's time slot. We're on a tight schedule, and great. So I've double checked the time, and we've got plenty of time to show you what else is new. So just to let you know that these three colourways are listed separately in my Etsy shop. It gets a bit complicated trying to do anything too clever listing things on Etsy. So if you wanted, say, the Kushlig colourway and maybe a mini skein of this for a sock set, to build your own sock set basically, then you can find this in the Northern Lights listing and select mini skein, and you can buy those together, so you can find those each in their own listing. I've got a bit of a nighttime winter theme going on at the moment because my other new colourways are based on some mini skeins from one of the advent calendars, one of the countdown calendars that I did. And there was a particular section at the end of it which was based on New Year's fireworks, and I loved those colourways so much that I just had to turn some of them into full size skeins and keep them in the shop for longer. So I chose 4. And they weren't named before, so I had a bit of a struggle this week actually naming them. I've named them in pairs because they're 2 are in one style and 2 are in a slightly different one. So I've got them hanging up behind me as well. It's those 4 just there on the top row. This way. Selfie camera is really confusing me today. So I've got these 4 colourways. So these 2 are the first pair, and I've named these based on some lyrics from Auld Lang Syne, which is a traditional Scottish song that's often associated with New Year. So these are called Auld Acquaintance and Cup of Kindness, and they are basically this one's green overdyed with black, but with a bright green flash. I'm going to unwind this one as well because it just gives you a better idea of what the skein looks like, doesn't it? So I really like these glowy style of colourways. If you look in my shop, you'll find more of them. These ones where the colours kind of glow through black. So you've got this green that some of it's more black than others. There are bits of the colour coming through, and then there's this flash of bright green there. And the pink does the same. I'm just going to be surrounded by unwound skeins of yarn by the end of this, haven't I? It helps you get an idea of what they look like though. There we go, a burst of pink on that one. I don't dye much pink, so a lot of purple, but I don't dye much pink, but this one I really love. And then the other 2, these were named as a pair as well. I went for the, I went away from the New Year theme a little bit because every time I looked at this one, I thought citrus. This is it's a semi-solid black with a burst of colour, green, yellow and orange. So this one's Citrus Burst. It also reminded me a little bit of a toucan, toucan's beak. So this one's Citrus Burst, and it's sister colourway here with the Purple Burst, a couple of different shades of purple in there. This one I think I called Grape Crush. I need to double check. I wrote these listings quite late last night and I named them last minute as well. But I really love that. So that's another semi-solid black that'll give you a burst of colour as you're using it. Again, I'm just, in case you're wondering why I'm leaning forward, I'm just checking my time there. And I also have because it's easier just to lift the mini skeins off the front, I'll lift the minis off this. I've got full size ones as well. I've got two other semi-solids that I've added to the shop. This one's called Almost Black because it's almost black. It's a semi-solid black, so there are some bits that you might call more grey. I do like to emphasise it's not a solid jet black right the way through. It is a semi-solid black. It looks great, and you know, you can use it in colour work and everything, but it does make a difference if you're expecting a jet black and it isn't. So this is a semi-solid black, and this is a semi-solid light grey as well. I've called it Smoke. So these are available on 100 gram skeins and 20 grams. And I'm going to start from now on, just maybe every month or so, adding another couple of just plain semi-solid colours that you can add to your colour work or use with the other slightly more bright and crazy colourways as well. So those are the new things. Let's see, great, I've got a few minutes just to tell you what else is happening. Let's see, I've got a question here. Does the black come in 100 grams on DK or Aran, please? Yes, it does. So that's one of the things I need to tell you. The dyed to order colourways, generally I have those available on Blueface Leicester on 4-ply and DK, and Merino Cashmere Nylon on 4-ply, DK and Aran weight. I'm slightly low on Aran weight yarn at the moment, but I will be getting more in soon, so you can order it on that. And some colourways are also available on what I call a platinum sock, which is a merino nylon sock blend as well. So there'll be a drop-down menu on each listing on Etsy. If you have any questions about that, just send me a message as well. So this weekend is also the last weekend for 20% off my Christmas colourways. I've got a pile of stuff here. I'm not dyeing those to order. That's my leftover stock from craft fairs before Christmas. So no problem, you're very welcome. So this is my leftover stock of Christmas colourways. Those are 20% off, and I'm taking them out of the shop at the end of January. I also have the pre-order for my scrappy yarn box for Lent. The pre-order for that is ending this weekend as well. It's 40 days of 5 gram scrappy yarn balls for mindful crafting, just 5 grams of yarn a day, 4-ply or DK, you can choose. And that's just a mix of, some of them will be colourways you'd recognise, some of them will be just other random colours that I've thrown in for the scrappy box. It's a really lovely way to try out some of my colourways as well. What's this skin on the top row next to Cup of Kindness? Oh, this one here with the white, that's called Funky Facts. That's got purple and it's got some bright speckles as well. And I had a question about something being squidgy. I'll just scroll back to that. I think I'm out of time. What is squidgiest for a hat? It depends on the weight that you need, but the MCN Aran weight is the squidgiest base I have. It's absolutely lovely. MCN is a really, really soft and squidgy colourway. Yarn base, and I would really recommend, if you just want a really luxurious squidgy feel, I would really recommend that one. I think I'm out of time in less than a minute, so I'm just going to check if I had any other questions. Brilliant. No other questions I've missed, I don't think. Please feel free to follow me on social media, send me messages on Etsy, Facebook or Instagram if you have anything else you want to ask, anything else you want to know. I'm always happy to answer and to chat. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hopefully will see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Bye.